Yeah.
Okay. All right. So just start by telling me about him.
Um, I could say he was a nervous child. He
Okay.
was faking panic attacks in first grade.
Okay.
He got that from me. I know he had anxiety because even then his palms were so sweaty all the time.
Okay.
He didn't like school. When he heard the fire trucks, he said they were afraid. He was afraid they were going to come get me. Now
You?
yeah, I would think of Marissa because we were running her back and forth.
Okay.
Um, then when he got, into junior high, he I think it was the end of junior high. Him and his friends went out for Halloween, and he got alcoholic poisoning.
Okay. Do you know that was the first time he drank?
Yes.
Okay.
And then the week after, he came home stoned.
He smoked weed?
Yep. He was like pushing my buttons. But
Okay.
my husband, in the meantime, had bipolar.
Okay.
And he like gambled all the money away, all the money that my mother-in-law had away for the kids. So it was a really hard time. And Nick really missed that house. He looked up to my husband. And my husband was calling him at school, saying stuff to him. And Nicky would call me, Ma, tell him to stop calling me. And it was a mess.
Okay.
But we started over, we got on track. But then Nick was just doing weed
Okay.
and, and drinking here and there. When we moved to Truxton in Island Park after my husband died, this is where I blame myself, I could say. I was running, my husband left us nothing, when he passed. No life insurance, the union gave us nothing. And I feel that we moved into a small apartment and Nick hated it.
Mhm.
He hated it. And he was with my husband. I should say, go back. He was with my husband when my husband was on life support. He was with him that morning, feeding him Jello and ice cream. And all I heard was, Dad, you're the best father. No, yeah, Dad, you're the best father. And Nick, you're the best son. Back and forth, back and forth. That I was hysterical. I had to leave the room. By that night, he was on life support. Nick would go up every day. And the last day that we took him off, Nick stayed the whole time. And we took him off and he lasted for 3 hours and 10 minutes. And it was hard as hell. And then after that, I feel when we moved to Island Park, I was running around with Social Security, with social services, running all over that. By the time I hit Truxton, I curled up in a ball. I feel I wasn't there for both of them.
Mm.
And that's when he started with bigger and better things in his mind.
Mhm.
But, yeah, there could have been more catching him and punishing him and all of that. But I just crashed. It wasn't an easy time, but I think I could have did much better. Because when he passed, I swore I wouldn't do it to Marissa.
Mm.
I get up and get out of bed every day. I don't feel I was there for him.
I'm sorry.
He's my baby. He was my baby.
How old was he when his father passed?
It was a week before his 18th birthday. My husband passed the 27th, and his birthday was the 5th. And, it was a lot. It was hard. My daughter didn't go in the room. She couldn't handle it. So I don't know. My husband had bipolar, and that's why he gambled. I don't know if Nick had it. I would tell him go get checked as he got older. I don't know. He would tell me, Ma, I think I have bipolar. And I would say, well, go get checked. You get put on the right medicine. But he never did.
So he was using marijuana, you said, up
Mhm.
until he was about 18. And then did he tell you he was using more, or did you find out?
No, when he was 18, he was drinking and using marijuana. I think when we moved to Truxton, which wasn't long after, he started with the pills and that. I know we beat the hell out of him trying to get a Roxy off of him.
Hmm.
I mean, don't ask. 20 minutes wrestling him on the bed for this little blue pill, and he like flipped when I flushed it down the toilet. Flipped. But there should have been more of that. But I was, like I said, I wasn't there. I was there, but not in the house. I was in the house, but not there. And that's when he turned to, bigger things. And he would tell me everything. Everything he did, everything he tried, whether I wanted to hear it or not, he would tell me. He says, Mike, I could talk to you about anything. I said, Nick, there's certain things I don't want to hear.
Yeah, I get that. But he felt like he had a bond with you.
Mm-hmm. He did.
So his use, how did that feel for you?
Horrible. I said to him, what the hell is wrong with you? You know, putting it up your nose is bad enough, but then shooting it in your arm. And he tells me some guy told me it'll feel better. I said, so if some guy told you to jump off the goddamn roof of a building, would you? He was like a follower. And I got sick. I never saw him put it in his arm. My mother caught him in his bedroom and she pulled it away from him. I never saw him put it in his arm. If I did, I probably would have jumped him. I really would have. Because that's something nobody, not even a parent, nobody wants to see if you're close to that person. But it killed him when his girlfriend broke up with him. Really killed him because she went out to Hamptons to get clean, and she told him, "If you get clean, Nick, but right now I can't go out with you." And he was hysterical, crying. Yep, but she did the right thing. She couldn't be with him. It was almost, it's weird. The first night he passed, I put my head on the pillow and I said, he's not here, but tonight could be the first night that I don't have to worry about him on the street.
That's horrible. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm
You
hearing that.
know, yes. But at the same time, I say to myself, why did he want to go with my husband? Everything was, I want to be with dad. I want to be with dad. And I feel like, why did he want to be with him and not me? Like, what am I? You wanted to be with dad. Why?
Have you been looking into go to meetings?
Yes, up the block.
What kind of meeting is it?
It's really an AA meeting,
Okay.
but I think I need more of a. I belong on them on Facebook. A loss of a child.
Is there any Al-Anon meetings near you?
I think in Long Beach. Long Beach.
Yeah, because
Like,
Al-Anon meetings, that's what it's for the family members of
mm,
people who are addicts.
okay.
I could look to see if there's one. I'll send you they usually have like a website. I'll look to see if they have one over in your area and I'll send you the website.
Okay, great. I know there's one at Mercy. I don't drive, so it's hard to get there. It's near Peninsula Boulevard. So it's pretty hard.
Mhm. Maybe if you can get there at least once, then you can like talk to people, carpool with them.
Yeah, I heard that's a good one. Most of them are out east.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Suffolk County and all that.
Yeah, your area is like really desolate.
Yes, too. It's crazy.
Is there anything else you want to say about him?
No matter what he did, I loved him. And I
Mm.
take him back. I miss him. I wake up every day. I miss him. I wake up at night. I have so many unanswered questions. Like, why was it that bad? We were a week from moving in here, but he couldn't do it anymore. And he came to me that night at 5 o'clock. And I said, "What are you doing here on a Sunday at 5?" And I took him up to 7-Eleven. And he told me about the shoelaces and everything. I said, "Where do you get this stuff from?" He said, "It showed it online." He told me he went to church that morning and the priest was saying that there's a person in there that God can't help anymore. And he's like, "That's me, Ma. That's me." I said, "Nick, God would never turn his back on anybody." And it was like he was trying to get me angry at him, but I wouldn't fall for it. And I still remember that last hug and kiss and how our arms went. And it's like he didn't want to let go of my hand for a minute. And if I had any inkling, I would have grabbed him. And it's true, they talk about it. He used to tell me when the cops woke him up from ODing, how mad he'd get at them. And they talk about it, but you don't think they'd ever do it. And he did it.
I want for you to go and get the help that you need.
I need it.
Yeah, I
I
know.
can't accept it's 3 years and I still can't accept it. I think he's in Brooklyn still.
Mhm.
It's easier for me to get through each day.
Yeah.
Hmm